Sai Ram.
Move straight on to agenda item 5, which is a petition. It's page 9 of the agenda. The council has received a petition containing 2,361 signatures titled Sai Seva UK Cultural Hub and Community Centre. As the petition contains more than 1,500 signatures, it triggers a council debate. Mr. Aniket Singhal will be invited to address the council for up to 5 minutes. Members will then have up to 15 minutes in total to debate the matter, following which a vote will be taken on the recommendations as set out in the report. After Mr. Singhal has addressed the council, members will be asked to indicate if they wish to speak in order to manage the debate. Mr. Singhal, this is your opportunity to address the council. You have up to 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Leader of the Council and Councillors. Thank you for gathering here to give me the opportunity to talk about the community hub that we're asking for. My name's Aniket, and I'm here to represent Sai Seva UK, and I'm also here to represent myself as someone who's been serving Slough from when I was 6, maybe 5, 6 years old. I started volunteering with Sai Seva UK when I was really young, and at that time I didn't think about charities, policies, buildings. I just saw people helping people. And there was no question where you're from, what are you doing here, why do you need this help? It's just people helping people. And that stays with you. It gives you a sense of belonging. Sai Seva UK has been serving Slough since 2011. In 2019, we became registered, and in 2023, we became a charity. And this is so we could continue the work we're doing responsibly, safely, and for the long term. And that's how we want to think, in the long term. That's why we're here today. Every week, around 150 people gather for our regular activities, and when we host larger events, almost 400 people attend. These include young people, adults, elderly families. Everyone from all walks of life attends our events, and they all feel welcome, they all feel supported. We did in COVID, as we've been doing since 2011. However, today, councillors, we face a very simple problem. We don't have a space. We don't have a space to continue doing the work we're doing. All of our space is limited by availability, by cost. There are so many things we want to expand into, branch into, but we can't. Let's take DOV, for example, Duke of Edinburgh Volunteering Services. It's when Year 9, Year 10, Year 11 students, 6 months, 3 months, they have to volunteer once a week. We have a waiting list for that because we don't have a place to allow them to volunteer. We don't have a place to allow young volunteers to do what they wish to do. This is why our petition was started. It's about giving the community a stable place to continue good work. Now, the building at Weeks Drive is partly used. With the right support, with your support, it can be turned into a community hub, a thriving community hub, where groups of people, where anyone in the Slough community can turn to if they need support. We are incredibly grateful towards the council officers that there has now been talks of a community asset transfer. That is an incredibly positive step, and we are incredibly grateful that the councillors that pushed us in that path have allowed us to get to this place. But this petition came first. It came from the community. It came from people asking for a place to belong. For people like me, it's about leaving a legacy. It's about allowing other younger volunteers to get involved. It's about allowing elders to feel a place where they're respected, where they're welcome, where families can feel connected. Supporting this petition does not force the council to make a decision today. It doesn't ask you to agree on the buy terms, the lease terms, anything. It just asks you to say this, that the work being done matters, that the people...
the council to speak.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to thank the petition organiser who spoke very eloquently. I'd like to thank those who signed the petition and those that have done so reflect the value that people in Slough put on volunteering, cultural activity, providing space for bringing people together in voluntary effort to support one another. We particularly heard about the work of this charity during the pandemic, and on behalf of the people of Slough and the council, I'd like to thank Sai Seva for that effort. I want to say that the council very much recognises the importance of voluntary effort and working with the voluntary sector. It recognises that Sai Seva UK is a 100% volunteer-led organisation, delivering dozens of events each year and supporting residents across many different backgrounds is no small achievement. And that work is clearly appreciated by the community, and it aligns very much with the values that we all share in this council. It is important to be clear about one thing, however, in this debate, and that is what the council can and cannot do in response to petitions. And what we can do is to ensure that the petition is properly heard, formally noted and supported by officers in their continued engagement with Sai Seva. Sai Seva has visited potential sites and been provided with detail of council-owned assets that may be suitable for it to consider for a home under our community asset transfer policy. That policy exists precisely to provide a transparent and consistent route for community organisations to bring forward proposals supported by a clear business case. However, I have to say it is not necessary in order to enjoy the benefits of the community asset transfer for a petition to be issued to the council. What I can reassure petitioners is the door is open to them. I would encourage Sai Seva to engage with officers and to develop strong and meaningful conversations.
Time is up, Councillor Smith.
The viability of business cases for related to properties.
Thank you. Councillor. Oh, have you proposed the recommendations?
I propose and recommend.
Lovely, thank you. Councillor Tomar.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I rise like to speak strong support of this petition calling for the provision of Sai Seva UK Cultural Hub. Over the years, I've had the privilege of attending many events hosted by Sai Seva. Through those events, I've met the organisers, volunteers, community members who give their time selflessly to support residents across Slough. More recently, I met with Aarti and Anjali to better understand the scale and impact of work they do. What stood out to me was not only their vision, but their openness and transparency. They made it clear that if any member of this council or public would like to know more, they are more than willing to engage further. Much of their work is already set out in the report before us today. As mentioned, vital role Sai Seva played during the COVID pandemic. At a time of isolation and uncertainty, volunteers step forward to support vulnerable residents, provide food, and keep communities connected. Madam Mayor, I totally understand what this council can or cannot do. Full council cannot make an executive decision on asset allocation. But what we can make is a constructive and meaningful recommendation to Cabinet and to the CLT team. This report confirms that officers have already met with Sai Seva UK, visited potential sites, and provided detail of council-owned assets that may be suitable. Madam Mayor, supporting this petition does not mean ignoring financial responsibility. It means balancing it with social value, prevention, and long-term community benefit. Madam Mayor, I thank the petitioners, the volunteers of Sai Seva UK, and officers for the engagement, and I'm pleased to offer my full support for this petition. Madam Mayor, lastly, if we truly believe in prevention, inclusion, and community-led solution, then supporting Sai Seva UK is not just the right thing to do, it is the responsible thing to do. Thank you very much, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Tomar. Before we move on with the debate, I'd just like to correct my mistake I've made. Councillor Smith moved the recommendations.
Madam Mayor, I second and reserve my right.
Thank you. Councillor Mahindra.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, the council officers and the residents. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak today. I'm here to support the petition from Sai Seva, a long-standing religious and community organization, to purchase a property under Community Assets Framework in Slough. Sai Seva UK is 100% volunteer-led, community-focused charity organization dedicated to fostering inclusivity and development. Currently, they host over 50 cultural and social events annually, which brings the community together and offer vital support services. They also nominated as King Award for volunteering service in 2025. This request is not simply about acquiring a building, it's about protecting and strengthening a community resources that delivers real and measurable benefit to the people of Slough. Sai Seva, for many years, operated as a principle of service, inclusion, and community well-being. While rooted in faith, its activities extend far beyond religious worship. The organization provides community support for volunteers opportunities, social and cultural activities, and bring people together. Welfare support, advice, outreach for vulnerable residents, interfaith, and cross-community engagement. Safe space for young people, older residents, and families. The service aligned directly with the council priorities around community cohesion, health and well-being, and prevention. By purchasing this property as a community asset, Sai Seva is committing to keeping the building in long-term community use, ensuring it remains accessible, inclusive, and affordable. Investing in the property so it's sustainable and well-maintained, preventing the loss of the site is speculative or purely commercial use. In Borough, as diverse as Slough, community-led organizations play a crucial role in reducing isolation. supporting resilience and fostering mutual understanding. Losing space like this would place additional pressure on council services, weaken the social fabric of the town. This petition, therefore, is not about preferential treatment for a religious group. It is about recognizing the wider social values that Sai Seva delivers to residents of all backgrounds. Approving this request would demonstrate that Slough Council value community ownership, supports grassroots organizations that deliver public good, is serious about empowering communities to look after local assets. In conclusion, I understand the council is looking into their proposal through the lens of community benefits.
Councillor Mahindra, thank you.
Supporting
Please sit
Slough
down.
petition
Councillor
investment.
Mahindra, time.
Thank you.
Councillor Instone.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the start of the meeting, I felt you spoke very movingly about memories of the Queensmere shopping centre and, more widely, Slough in the 1970s. And like you, I grew up in Slough. I know a number of people in this chamber did as well. Others might have come more recently, but like me, like it so much that they have decided to spend their lives here. But of course, Slough is more than just the buildings. And we're surrounded at the moment by a lot of bad news. And I was really cheered to hear our visiting speaker tonight. Such enthusiasm for Slough and for voluntary organisations working in the public good. And I would actually, as well as supporting absolutely Sai Seva's petition and proposals, go so far as to say, can the council afford not to support this initiative and others like it? Because if young people want to do something that is selfless and for the good of Slough, that, even more so than buildings and architecture, is what builds a town. We love this town, we love the people in it, and so we need to invest in those amongst the population of Slough who wish to move things forward. And it's very easy to say that one is in support of an initiative, but I would absolutely urge the leader of the council and all councillors here tonight to do everything they can in their power to make this work, not just to pay lip service to a good initiative, but to do whatever we can to ensure that we are building for the future, for our young people, and more widely for the people of Slough. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Mavala.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. First of all, I had to appreciate Mr. Singhal. What a presentation. Well done. You took the right decision. I'm proud to say that I'm also a member of Sai Seva UK, alongside many who are here in the gallery and obviously many watching online as well. And I'm delighted to be able to speak in this chamber as a councillor in support of their work. I certainly welcome the petition, like our other members are supporting, and I'm by the Sai Seva UK, who is seeking support in securing a premises. Receiving a total of 2,361 signatures is obviously commendable. I have seen myself volunteers going door to door, promoting the organization and securing the signatures. I'm sure their hard work will reap benefits, and we all can be part of their success as well. I would also like to thank the officers for already showing a few
Sai